Terror is a Jacob Batalon mega blockbuster horror movie where they show the moviegoers the consequences and repercussions of what happened if you played Russian roulette with the tarot cards.
Anyone for Russian roulette?
We will dive into the movie review of Terror as a group of stupid friends decides to unleash an unstoppable evil that will come face to face with their fate. Jacob Babylon, Spider-Man says you're on your own when it comes to waking up the dead.
Good luck.
Good luck.
So the movie starts off as a group of friends at a campfire telling marshmallow stories. They have been drinking like a lunatic and decide to go inside to find more beer. When they realize they had run out of beer, they decide to look around the mansion to find but see a door that says do not enter. Like a bunch of idiots, they go inside and see some rituals things that include an old wooden box with tarot cards inside. So Haley tells them it's not a good idea, but Elsie really wants to play with them since it's her birthday, and everyone agrees even though it is against the rules to use someone else's deck of cards. So Haley has to combine tarot cards and horoscope to make a powerful spell. She reads everyone's tarot cards, including herself, because they think it's a really cool idea. They basically seal their fate. So now, let the killing begins.
The games begin.
Let's start off with Elsie, the birthday girl. Elsie pulls the High Priestess card, which has something to do with the ladder of success. That ladder is going to be key. So Elsie is at home and she sees a ladder hanging down which leads to the attic. She raises the ladder and goes back to the room. She then hears a strange noise and sees that same ladder hanging down again. So she decides to get stupid, goes up the ladder and sees her cards which she saw earlier, and the High Priestess monster shows up, scared her that she broke her leg or something, but the High Priestess eliminated her with, of course, a ladder, brutally. Talk about the ladder of success and getting killed by the ladder. Next up is Lucas, who pulled the Hermit card. So after Lucas is walking Madeline home, he decides to go home by using the subway. The area gets dark and the Hermit shows up chasing him all over the terminal. He proceeds to go to a forbidden exit but trapped inside in another area. Like Elsie, Lucas does something stupid and goes inside the train and traps himself inside. And when the Hermit surprised him, he jumped out and got crushed by the speeding train.
He was so crushed.
When a group of friends realize the tarot card has something to do with their friend's death, they decide to visit a lady named Alma, who is an expert on these things. Alma tells the story of a young woman astrologer who predict the future for some dude and his wife and kids. When she predicts his wife and kid gonna die, he wants her to change the readings. No matter how many times she changes it, the results are always the same. The wife and kid gonna die. Unfortunately for the dude, the reading came true and he wanted his men to take out her daughter, which they did. So the astrologer was so angry that she cursed the cards and put her soul into it. If any idiot uses the tarot cards, they would die. And she did some serious damage. Alma then tells the group they need to go back to the mansion and get the cards to destroy it. Next up is Madeline. She pulls the Hangman card. The reading tells her, don't run from your problems. So the group drives from Alma house and got stranded on a bridge. The Hangman shows up attacking everyone while they're in the car by playing tricks on the car, and even wrote the word run on the window. So Madeline decided to get stupid and get out the car and start running, and unfortunately for her, she was hanged. Now they realize something is after them after they decided to play the stupid tarot card game and reading, and Paxton gets so scared that he goes to his place because he thinks he would be safe. Again, another stupid idea. Speaking of Paxton, Paxton pulls the Fool tarot card, and the Jester start to chase him all over the building and even trap him in the elevator playing mind games. As a result, well, did he die is the subject of debate. So Haley, Grant, and Paige go back to the mansion and they find the cards. When they trying to burn the cards, it did not work and they call Alma for help. When Alma shows up, she called the astrologer to talk to her, which is a stupid idea for a couple of reasons. One, she never got her reading when she was doing it years ago, And 2, why would you want someone to speak to someone when she killed a boatload of people, which makes no sense.
Not a great plan.
The astrologer decides to control Alma and read her tarot card, which is a 6 of swords, and therefore she was executed.
Execution.
The 6 of swords. So Haley, Grant, and Paige start running and splits up in the house. Let's start with Paige, who pulled the magician. So she goes into a cellar and the door closes behind her. She runs right into the magician and she started to run into a closet, which turned into a box for the magic show. Like every magician, he has tricks like pulling a rabbit out of a hat, disappearing act, and even a brutal saw in half trick. The magician pokes holes with a saw to see what she was in the box, but gets creative and then saw the box in half, which Paige met her demise. Very brutal death. Now it's Grant who pulled the devil card and Haley pulled the death card, and both of them trying to escape. Grant is pulled from the window and Haley starts running but is caught by Death. When Death is about to finish her off, Grant shows up and attacks it. So they propose a plan to check this out. Reverse the curse on an astronomer. That's the plan they're going with. And while Grant is being dragged by the devil, Haley is going one-on-one with astrologer to reverse the curse, and it actually works because the astrologer died. And here's the kicker: when they're trying to escape the house, Paxton, who was fooling around with the jester because he's a fool, shows up and take them home. How did he escape from the jester? I guess he made a fool out of him, and the movie ends. I have to admit that I was entertained by the stupidity of some of these characters. If you see a ladder coming down and no one's around, you don't go to it, or go up the ladder. If you see a sign that says do not enter, but you enter anyway, you get what you deserve. You don't put yourself in a situation and then get eliminated as repercussions. If you see a sign that says run, you don't run while you're in the car. He cannot get you in the car. And most importantly, why are they constantly splitting up every time there's something going on, knowing that you're gonna get asked out? Have y'all ever thought about staying together as a group? Too many times people splitting up and too many times making dumb decisions. This movie should teach everyone not to mess with tarot cards or Ouija board. I did not have an issue with the cast of characters, the suspense, or the kills because honestly, they deserve what's coming to them. Highly entertaining, gritty, and suspenseful. I give this movie a 7 out of 10. Guess you did not need Spider-Man after all. If you want to see more reviews on this channel, press the like, share, and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next movie review.
Bunch of jackasses.